Greetings, greetings, greetings. It is me again, Chantel Sierta Shakim, coming to you live on location from the House of Shakim. Today we are going to do something a little different. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Today I am here to talk about living aligned and crowned and call out to those who are listening to remember who you are. Kind of like on The Lion King, it said, remember who you are. We are spirit beings having an earthly experience. This call to action is going to, by the end of this call, inspire you to be who you've always been called to be. I wrote a book called Aligned and Crowned, The Will Within the Wheel, that I have been sharing with my audience. I have been sharing with those that I coach. Welcome in, Ren, welcome in. That really inspired me to do this work. The work of the inner child, the work of going within so you don't have to do without. Today, it's the middle of the day. It's 12:30. It is day number 164 of me going live. So this message is really, truly sent from the divine. I am very in tune with who I am, and that starts in that root chakra. But I created this book, Aligned and Crowned. Here's the book, Aligned and Crowned, The Will Within the Wheel. This is my author copy, so it has that going across. But this is the time that I really tapped into who I am, and how I navigate life through an earthly experience. So the book, Aligned and Crowned, The Will Within the Wheel, is what inspired me, as I was saying, to begin to tap into me, tap into the little girl within me, tap into the shadow parts of me, tap into all the energies and ancestors and guides that support me. And I wrote this book. It was really a divine channel based on the things that I have studied through my life, based on the chakras and the energy centers and the life force that we are in the earth, in the world. And I truly began to walk it out, walk it like I talk it, and this has been my opportunity to share with the world who I am, what I want to be, what I want to do, and what I want to have. As most of you have seen the reels and the stories, and if you've been on this YouTube page or on the YouTube page, you see all of this in action. So today I was inspired to share the call to remember from my book, and then dive into that a little bit more. As you know, I utilize universal source energy, I utilize tarot, I utilize oracle cards, I utilize my pendulum, I utilize spiritual practice, I utilize prayer, meditation, I utilize movement, I utilize my voice to speak those things as though they were. And I really have begun to live my life out loud, knowing that I am the voice, I am the message, I am the power, I am the dream come true. And I hope that this too inspires you. So I'm going to read from my book, The Call to Remember. It says, Divine Truth Seeker, you have not stumbled here by chance. Your soul has guided you to this threshold because it is time to remember the truth you buried beneath the busyness, the duty, and the survival. Time to reclaim your power you once whispered to the stars in your dreams. You never spoke these things out loud. But this is the time to remember, the time to rise, not as someone new, but as the crowned version of you, your true, authentic self, which has always been there. The call has gone across the ethers. It whispers to those who are ready to align with the divine order and stand in the fullness of their free will. That whisper reached you and you answered. That is why you are here today. This is not a light work. This is a work that is stemmed from your root. What are you speaking? What are you doing? What do you now have? How do you utilize gratitude to move you through every life experience? This is a time to go deeper. Go deeper into that I am. Go deeper into the way you show up. Go deeper into who you have been crowned to be. This is a work of embodiment. This is a work of becoming. This is a call to action. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. This is a time for us to truly begin to be aligned and crowned. This is a work that not only is done individually, but it is a work of collective consciousness and creativity. This is where you will begin to be one with your breath. Breath is what gives us life. You know, when we come out of the womb, the first thing they want to do is make sure that we breathe. Breathe into this new way of life, this new conscious, creative experience that you get to create. This is also a time to be mindful of the choices you make. How are you moving in the world that you have been birthed into to consciously create that life that you wish to live unapologetically? This is a time to really begin to cultivate relationships that serve your highest expression. And this is a time to serve yourself, the plate of abundance, to serve yourself the expression of knowing who you are. And in this, you will begin to remember who you truly are. It is a work. Welcome in, welcome in. Yes, I am on live, both places, in the sanctuary and on this TikTok. So yes, this is time to breathe. Welcome in, sis. Thank you for joining. So you're in both places at once. This is the call to action, the call to remember, and the call affirmation says, you were crowned at birth. It is up to you to remember. You are worthy of living the life of your dreams now. You are worthy of living the life of your dream now. As we continue to move into this journey, I want to encourage you to remember the wheel. As it says, we have free will to navigate the wheels, the portals of our being by showing up rooted first and foremost in gender, rooted into your I am. So the journey of the wheel within the wheel starts in the heart chakra. It starts in activating and bridging the 3 lower chakras with the 3 higher chakras. This is our embodiment. This is how we begin to move with universal law to create in the body our experience in the earth, this earthly body, right? This earthly body is a sum of everybody, okay? It is the sum of everybody in the earth. But how do you show up? I'm going to read from the book what it says about the journey of the wheel within the wheel. And it says, the heart chakra connects the 7 chakras. The top 3 and the bottom 3. As above, so below. It says, it connects the physical and emotional bodies and helps us to regulate Understand, when we find ourselves in these places of dysregulation, it's because the energy is not flowing. It is not moving us in the right direction. So it helps us to regulate the flow of energy that helps the chakras above and below. Within you lies the sacred wheel, a living cycle of energy, consciousness, and divine order. Okay? Energy, consciousness, and divine order. That is who we are. We are one with it all. So within that, we have to begin to move these wheels in the way that we wish to go. The wheel within the wheel is a metaphor. It is a deeply integrated message or wheel that your body, spirit, soul, and destiny agree to. It turns through your 7 energy wheels, and it aligns us to cosmic and universal law, also known as the Hermetic Principles. The Hermetic Principles is the teacher that whispers, that still small voice, that thing that says, as above, so below, as within, so without. The chakra system echoes the same energy. Energy centers are brought together, woven together as energy in motion to reveal profound truths. Let that sink in. Those energy centers move in order to reveal profound truths. You are not separate from divine law. You are the wheel in this existence. Yet the wheel does not turn alone. It is guided by your beingness, your archetype, the things you believe in, the things that support you, and your own unique soul path. Okay? This is the spiritual companions who embody each gate of your power. These are not just abstract archetypes, but living energy present within you. In my book, I break those energies down to 5 different main archetypes. The first one being the dream weaver. This is coming from your I am into the solar plexus. So once you get to the point of I am, the root of gender, you will move into your archetypes, okay? So the first one for me showed up as the dream weaver. What do you dream? What do you feel that you deserve out of the life that you are living? This is where you begin to put rhythm, the Hermetic principle of rhythm, into place as the dream weaver. The next one you move into is the warrior of light. What can you do? What do you do? This is the cause and effect. If you don't do anything different, you're going to settle for less, or you're going to get what you got. You're not going to move into that vibration of the dream come true. You must do something about it. And this is where you begin to bridge. When you do it, you bridge that heart chakra of I love into speaking about it, being the messenger, the vibration, the shift, the frequency holder, if you wish, of your divine path. Once you begin to speak about it, you now can see it come through as the oracle. You see it, you be it, you do it, because it is who you truly are. Then you begin to walk the path of the priestess or priest of the path. This is where mentalism comes through. All is mine. It is up to you. It is up to you. What is it that you choose to do, be, and have? And begin to navigate the wheel within the wheel. The journey starts at the root chakra, and it is paired with the principle of gender, grounding every wheel that you remember. Remember who you are, and allow that to move you to the next part of your journey. Welcome in, Kiki. Thank you for joining. We are talking about the call to remember. I'm sharing how this works from my book, Aligned and Crowned, The Will Within the Wheel. So it says you ground into the earth. You ground into your I am. You ground into the essence of what you want to be, do, and have. And then you move it in alignment with these archetypes, those 5. The Dreamweaver, which is your rhythm. The Warrior of Light, which is cause and effect. The Messenger, the frequency, the frequency holder. What do you speak about? It is vibration. The third eye, the Oracle, which is correspondence. What you see is truly what you get. And then the last one is the Priestess of the Path. All is mine. That is the crown chakra energy. So this is where we are remembering how we are meant to flow in the frequency, in the vibration of our I am existence. So we are going to jump into the root chakra as I'm in my red today, right? This is where hermetic law or universal law meets gender. And gender is all about the masculine and feminine energies of our I am. If we are not balanced in that area, it is very difficult for us to move out of survival. Okay? So survival is the basic instinct of life. Once we are crowned in our I know, we come into the world as knowing what it is we are to do. But we have to feel safe. We have to feel supported. We have to feel like all of our basic needs are met. So the root is where you begin to return to you. The place where spirit and earth intertwine. You have been birthed into the earth. This is where your temple, you are housed. Your spirit becomes one with everything. This is the foundation. And without a proper grounding into that foundation, everything collapses. You don't make it to the above. You don't live in the embodiment of all you were sent to do, be, and have. So when we think about the masculine and feminine energy, we have to really begin to understand what each of those stand for. So the root is calling us to remember that we must first stand firm in our bodies. We must first stand firm in what we believe about ourselves. You know, where are you setting those boundaries? Where are you finding that sense of belonging? Here is where you begin to remember you are not just that feminine energy. You are not just the masculine energy. You are spirit. You are body, flesh. You are shadow. You are light. You are sacred, spiritual, and you are human, natural. Every archetype that supports us carries both the union of gender, that masculine and feminine essence, okay? We begin to nourish ourselves by bringing harmony into that experience. Okay? This is where we begin to find the oracle, that knowing, okay, and work through it. The oracle cannot prophesy unless she carries both clarity and mystery. The warrior of light cannot protect unless she carries both compassion and strength. The priestess of the path cannot interpret unless she carries both order and surrender. The dream weaver cannot create unless she carries both discipline and imagination. The messenger cannot speak unless she carries both sharp truth and tender tone. That's that vibration. Sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes the truth is that jab that moves you into that next truth, that next reality. The Hermetic principle of gender is your teacher. It whispers, everything carries the masculine and the feminine. Creation happens only when the two are brought into balance. So this is where we begin to balance, y'all. This is where this work of aligning and crowning and remembering who you are has to be that foundational space that stabilizes you in the earth. This is a call to remember. We're going to tap in a little bit deeper into the root of gender. Gender allows us to carry the energy of wholeness and balance. The feminine energy represents your creativity, your power, your intuition, your emotions, your receptivity, and the universal substance of all the stuff that we create, all the stuff that we see in this world. Okay? The feminine energy has a strong creative power. That's why we as women are able to give birth. We are the birthers. We are the women. We are the womb men. This is where everything begins to manifest in the womb, in the root, in the deepness of who we are as that feminine energy. And men, this is for you too. You carry that energy too, but you have to begin to nourish it, nurture it. It says the feminine energy has a strong creative power. It is gentle but unstoppable. This energy shapes and carries life itself. The masculine part of our energy embodies consciousness. This is consciousness. This is what we are awakened to, right? This is where everything is available. But the masculine energy brings that into structure, logic, action, and presence. Like the witness or the container that holds the feminine essence, okay? It acts as the protective force. It keeps life safe and stable with strength and clear purpose. Think of it as a shield that provides security during difficult times. Masculine energy is based on discipline, helping to create structure and order. Okay? So this is what we are embodying in that root chakra energy. This is what we have to become one with completely. The conscious mind and the nurturing factor of the feminine. Gender says, you are no longer afraid of weakness, for it is the doorway to strength. You are no longer afraid of softness, for the womb is where you create. You are no longer afraid of your own body, for it is the marriage of heaven and earth. This is your foundation. This is your house. This is your castle. This is your temple. This is your root. Let's breathe. A deep breath in, holding it at the top. And release. Allowing that energy to flow seamlessly through those 7 chakras is what brings us into stability. This is what grounds our nervous system. This is what allows us to truly show up unapologetically, knowing who we are. As the I am affirmation rings true from our root. This is what I want us to remember. The root of gender says, this is a grounding marriage of your spirit, your soul, and your now embodied life. Ways that you can ground into this root. In the book, it offers rituals, the grounding marriage. This is where you are to place your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your heart. As we breathe, this is what we do. Receive, as you breathe, receive the feminine. And exhale the masculine. This is the Yahweh energy. I am that I am that I am. Another breath. I am that I am that I am. The affirmation for this root of gender speaks, and it says, I am the sacred marriage of heaven and earth. I am the sacred marriage of heaven and earth. Gender and of all things, they are created within me. I am the sacred marriage of gender, and all things are created in me. So this is where we're beginning today. Thank y'all all for coming in. Thank you for sitting in this vibration of I am. As I talk about it often on these calls, it is an activation. It is a call to remember. It is the divine answer that you must answer. It is the divine call that you must answer. How are you grounding as the temple, as the mosque, as the cathedral of your soul? How are you navigating your I am through the wheels of our chakras? On this day, we are going to tap in. I'm going to offer you a few pondering questions for this root of gender. And it starts with, how does imbalance show up in your life? How does imbalance show up in your life? Where do you reject either your masculine or feminine energy? Remember, the masculine being your creative power, and your feminine being your creative power, and your masculine being the embodied consciousness of it, the structure, the action, the presence. The feminine being your intuition, your emotions, and your receptivity. How do you reject any parts of those? Breathe in. And release. Breathe in the feminine. Release the masculine. This is how we create in this energy. Okay? How do you currently experience safety within your body and within your life? How do you stabilize yourself when things aren't going right? Breathe. You just breathe. What does true belonging mean to me? What does that true belonging look like to you? How do you show up belonging to you? Reclaiming your power. Yes, I will. Let's take a couple of minutes to go into the breath. Okay? I am going to play us some music, okay? Thank you, sis, for that. Let's take 5 minutes to breathe. But I'll first give us the last question. How can I root myself in the gender of masculine and feminine energy every day of my life? So we are going to play us some funky music of the 5 to 8 hertz because I'm feeling it. And we will go in. All right? Here we go. I hope you will be able to hear this as we play into this. Our heart is open. Five minutes, just breathing, allowing our hearts to be aware, moving your body in the presence of your I am, of love. I hope you can hear. It's very light. Just breathing here. Opening your heart. Becoming aware. In the knowing. Maybe you want to put your left hand on your heart, your right hand 3 fingers below your belly button. Just breathing. Maybe envisioning a bright white light activating each of your chakra centers, starting in that root of gender, starting in that place of your I am, I can, I feel, I speak, I love, I see. I do. Taking time to breathe in this essence of feminine energy. Releasing the control. We are breathing in all that we are. Surrendering to the flow of love. Allow this energy, this breath, to move you. Feel the energy. Allow those things that no longer serve to be released. If you would like to do a connected breath in this moment, it's a 3-part breath of inhale, inhale, exhale. Breathing into your seed of creation, your root. Breathing into your heart and exhaling through your mouth. 3-part breath. Continuing that breath pattern. The breath is how you connect with your spirit. Not trying to fix, not trying to force. If the conscious connected breath is too much, you can go back to the circular breath. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Allowing all the chakras to be activated. Allowing the feelings, the emotions to just come up and be released. No judgment here. Continue with the breath. Just a few more minutes. Rooting into your divine and feminine energy. This is where it all begins. We are just breathing here. Just breathing. Allowing this bright light to activate, activate, activate. This is the call to remember. You are safe. You are supported. You are guided and directed. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. I pray that that meditation was good for you, that you were truly able to tap into that divine, masculine, and feminine energy inside of you. So this is where we are going to go into our soul path archetypes for today and see what this energy is here to remind us of as we are being called to remember. Remember who you are. You are the voice. You are the message. You are the power. You are the dream come true. And it all starts and begins with you. So what happens next is truly up to you. Let's shuffle these cards up. As I open them up, they say, give it to them. Booyah. I just opened to the center because I was like, nothing's coming out. But this is what they wanted us to see, which is growth. This is how growth happens, y'all. By taking the time for you. Taking the time to breathe it through. Okay? It says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. As above, so below. This is how energy flows. This is how we grow. Bringing the consciousness, that masculine energy, into our now awareness of what we are birthing. What are we bringing into this now reality? And it is love, okay? Love. Love is all there is. And we can be supported. We can be guided and directed. We can be rooted in this energy of love. And this is, if I can't say it myself, masculine and feminine energy right here, y'all. It says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Are you committed to that practice? Are you committed to the practice of seeing the good in all things? Okay? This is how we grow. We can't stay stagnant in the places that no longer serve. In the root chakra of not knowing, not feeling safe, not feeling like we are doing, being, or having, not feeling like we can move into the energy of love that bridges us into our highest expression of life, what we speak about, what we see ourselves doing and being, and what in fact we know. As the next card shows up as empathy. Are you able to show empathy? Are you able to embody empathy for yourself? I automatically heard Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. This is that empathic energy that unlocks those stagnant places within us. It says, I am open to seeing both sides of the situation. You have to see both sides, that feminine and that masculine. And you have to bring harmony into it. You know, this is how we do it. The next card, we'll get one more before we go into the ancestors. That one popped up. Y'all saw it. So we're going to take it. Humor. Bringing humor into your experience. As we talked about this yesterday, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. I choose to focus on the lighter sides of life. When we focus on the lighter sides of life, we bring light into our experience. We illuminate that which is showing up to expand us, to grow us in the space of love. Okay? This is how we do it. It is up to you to choose to grow in your awareness of your, I know, give thanks. They said yes. It's easy. This is where practical spirituality meets holistic health. The ancestors are going to come in and speak a message, a one card, summing it up as we are being called to remember. Okay? We give thanks for this opportunity to serve in this capacity. We give thanks for this opportunity to be grateful, to see the lighter sides of life so that we can move into, y'all, we can't make this up, the root of earth. We are rooted in this most abundant place to create our visions in detail, to breathe life into our existence, to truly receive all that is available. And it says inspired action. So from the root is where the action begins. This is where everything is created, from your I am, that root, the root of earth. It is time to take inspired action as we are being called into this space to remember. What action do you need to take? We are going to read from the book, this Root of Earth card. I just can't believe it. Bringing it in, y'all. Welcome in again. Welcome in. If you're just now joining, we are coming to an end, but you can truly find the whole reading, the breath healing exercise that we were inspired to do by our beautiful sister P. Bill, and also to bring us into our bodies, bringing balance to this root chakra energy as we are the root of the earth. Where are you wanting to bring your dreams into reality, to live your most abundantly prosperous and successful life? You must take inspired action. And this card says, good news follows me. Again, that put the cart before the horse. You are the cart. Good news follows you. That is that card that we've been talking about this week. But the ancestral medicine here says, root of earth is focused and loyal with a sense of humor. Y'all, are they speaking to us? We give thanks. With a sense of humor, okay? It says, no matter what, this ancestral energy remains unbroken. To honor this energy, Stop sitting on your ideas. Take the next step. Humor came out, y'all. And it says focus on the lighter side of life so that you can truly begin to embody everything that is here to support you. Abundantly, richly blessed, guided and directed, stabilized and grounded. Your nervous system is allowing you to move the energy if you so choose. No longer being stuck and stagnant. As it asked me to read the shadow aspect of this, it says stagnation, stale, and stuck. Distracted. Oh, distracted and blah. That's the feeling. Sometimes we learn even more from failure than success. It is either time to try again or abandon ship. Only you know. Ooh, let me read that again. It says stagnant, stale, and stuck. Distracted and blah. That's the feeling. Sometimes we learn even more from failure than we do from success. It is either time to try again or abandon ship. Only you know. The lighter side of life in this says, good news follows me. What is it that you think? What is it that you speak on? What is it that you know for sure? As above, so below. Begin to harness that energy of I know. Allow it to flow and root you in who you are. I know, I see, I speak, I love, I can and I do. I feel and I am. That is the flow. It is time for us to align. I am going to be calling y'all in to this Align Boot Camp starting July the 5th. You don't want to miss it. Greetings, son. Welcome in. I'm calling you in as well. This is for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, as we have been talking about that today. Getting rooted in your I am, rooted in gender, so that you can work with both your body and your mind, your unique essence to birth that which you desire. This is a time that I am being called to show you what you're working with as we create our aligned blueprint. You will be equipped to do the work only if you choose. So July 5th, we are going to be diving into this boot camp. This is where you're going to regulate your nervous system. You're going to find your true identity. You're going to connect clearly with universal law and the energies that support you, whether it be God, whether it be your ancestors, whether it be energies in motion, whether it be orishas, whether it be anything that supports your foundation of truth. This is what we're tapping into, and this is where you are going to grow in this space of love, being able to be empathic by seeing both sides of this equation and find humor in this thing called life, so that you can truly root into your next inspired action. So be on the lookout. If you haven't already, go on my Good Vibes Lounge LLC page, book your session, not to say that it is a session, but to put in the comments boot camp so that I know how and who is willing and wanting this work, and I will begin to send you the next steps as far as how we're going to meet. We will be having an interest call on June the 22nd. At 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. June 22nd Pacific Standard Time is where we're going to dive in a little bit more on the divine, where I'm wanting each and every one of you to show up so that you can get your questions answered live about what we will truly be doing when we start on July 5th. So yes, mark your calendars. Let me know you're interested. Comment Align in the chat. Comment Align on this YouTube, as I will be posting it next. And I will truly begin to give you what you need. And we will work in this collective energy of alignment, because it is a call to remember. So until next time, I am Chantel Sierta Shakim, your holistic self-care practitioner and soul guide, sending out the call to remember. Until next time, you are the message, you are the voice, you are the power, and you are the dream come true. What comes next depends on you. Until next time, peace and love. Good night, or enjoy your day.